have a clear understanding that the product's not done until you have repeated customers, right? The product's never done, but I think a lot of people, they get something to the point where they feel like this is what we have, this is what we're offering. And then even when you have the founder CEO that's asking for advice about their product, they're not really asking for advice about the product. They're just providing lip service in front of the customer. Whereas, is that founder CEO actually open to, if what this customer says matches what this customer says, that they're willing to put in the time, effort, energy to change the product so it does exactly what it needs to do? And I think that's what I see a lot of inexperienced founders, inexperienced teams doing, is they'll get to a point where they feel like it's a point of no return. And it's like, it's like a sunk cost that they don't want to consider going back and actually rebuilding the product. And it's like Steve Blank said, like a startup is an organization, an entity that's still trying to figure out what its business model is. It's in search of a business model. You don't know it yet. Like, I see a lot of words on the Clear AI website. I would imagine you guys are still pretty fluid in terms of figuring out, like, where is that? Because I know your tech doesn't need to be applied to transportation. You guys have a belief that transportation is the best place to sink your teeth in. But it's very interesting how you're navigating that. What are you doing right now, Scott, to try to solve this challenge, to try to solve the how do you actually buy it problem? Do you have an inkling in terms of how to do this? Or what are you most focused on right now in your day-to-day?
Yeah, so I'm trying to get into more of a customer interview mode, where we're kind of pre-COVID, we were pitching kind of like, we have a solution, we think it's a solution to this problem, validate that. We need to walk you through kind of a basic kind of data discovery and kind of a use case, refining the use case relative to what's the technical status of your data and what's the specifics of how your organization is going to solve the business problem with the solution. And kind of COVID derailed that in all kinds of the obvious ways that have been discussed ad nauseum in the media. And now kind of going back into the value propositions change, because everyone's got to reconfigure their network in the context of COVID and post-COVID, because you're going to have a whole bunch of trading partners that don't exist after COVID is done.
Right.
How product moves and get warehoused and all this kind of stuff, kind of, whether you do consumer electronics or food, a lot of it's going to change. And a big impetus of like how I would use this type of piece of technology, like how should I change it? Should I be closing down distribution centers and consolidating them? Should I have more of them? Should I have them close to the customer? All kinds of interesting network questions that we can help them answer with data. And so there's a level of customer discovery to kind of drill back into like, what are the problems now? Because how you look at the problem opportunity landscape in your logistics company in May of 2020 is totally different than what it was in February of 2020. And so kind of re-engaging kind of customer discovery validation type stuff, but trying to break through no one feels like they have enough time right now, chaos, like trying to balance that from the human perspective of the global context we're in has been challenging.